Hey there guys and gals, how's it going today? Today was my skill day training video. It's been a couple days I think. I took a little bit of extra time off because my left elbow was bothering me. As I talked about in that previous video. But also, I had it's finals week. It's finals week. I'm in pharmacy school and I had a big test yesterday and to be honest with you, I just decided to kind of take the day off, take it easy, try to work on my sanity, which is always important. Today I have the day off, and then tomorrow I have another final. Then hopefully, everything goes good, and then I will almost be done with 2 out of 3 years of pharmacy school, and maybe one day I can work like an adult and and make some money and not have to live so conservative like I do right now. But that's not what this video is about. This video is about calisthenics. This video is about the important things in life, like calisthenics. I'm not here to talk about going to college or doing anything with your life. We're here to talk about the more important things, and that's the hobbies and doing things you enjoy and taking time off when you need to. But anyways, like I was saying, today is skill day, and today actually went pretty good. I ended up being shirtless today, so you're welcome. Just kidding. Just kidding, but I did enjoy getting some sun rays. I'm of course lathered down with sunscreen. I think in some areas, like the top of my head and the top of my shoulders, I had on 2 layers of sunscreen. I can never stress enough how important it is to protect yourself from the sun. So I do not work out shirtless every time. That's why I have protective clothing, but just the way things worked out today, I ended up being shirtless and lathered up with sunscreen. So I figured I would just go out and enjoy some sun. But anyways, to talk more about the workout, I got quite a bit of progress made today. I don't know if it was where I had a little extra time to rest and recover, or what was going on. But I actually done pretty well, and actually set a PR today for one of the skills that I've been working on, maybe even more than one skill. I felt incredibly strong today, and I'll talk more about that as I see the respective thing happening in the video. But I think there was one thing in particular where I did not do so good, and it's the slow muscle up, the thing I had been talking about that had really caused some irritation in my left elbow. My left elbow is feeling better today, but it still definitely didn't like when I tried to slow muscle up. I tried to do the slow muscle up a little faster so that it would put less pressure on those connective tissues. But I think I may have to just work regular muscle ups for a while until my elbow decides to calm down and cooperate with me. But that's okay. That's just a big part of working out that nobody really talks about, and that's how to adapt to injuries and how to adapt to challenges like that where you're not necessarily injured, but you're not necessarily at the top of the mountain either, if you know what I'm saying. Here we're just stretching out, warming up. You can never warm up too much. You can, but but it's hard to. Warm-ups are awesome, and they decrease your chances of getting injured. Like I'm always harping about, so always do your warm-ups. I promise you, it will make you stronger, and you'll have less chance of getting injured. And when I say it makes you stronger, it really helps kind of get your body in the I'm not sure how to say this, but you get more into the fight or flight mode, like a physiologic response. You will get your muscles more dialed in. They're more connected, like the neuromuscular connection. So you'll have more control over your muscles. Yeah, I'll quit trying to sound like I know what I'm talking about, but I promise you, if you do the warm-up, it'll really help. And you'll kind of see here on this first skill how how that is definitely true. Whenever it is that I get to that first skill, I think it's right here in just a sec. But look at this. This is the first skill of the day. Actually, no, it's not. I'm dumb. Just don't listen to me. I'm still doing the warm-up, but I promise you that first skill is coming. But anyways, I started the clip with just a little bit more of a warm-up, and then when I went straight into the full intensity, I set an all-time PR. So just to get that hyped up for here in a sec, but we're still doing some warm-ups, but we're coming to the end of things. I think I got to fix my mat and hit one more set of that little circuit of exercises, but then we'll start skill practice, I promise. Wind was very strong here today, hence me having to fix my mat, but it just kept trying to blow it away on me. But thankfully it didn't end up in the neighbor's yard. Okay, here we go. Now we're starting some skill practice. So here I'm doing leg assisted one-arm pull-ups. And I'm taking probably over half my body weight's on my legs, but look at this. Look at this. I shocked myself. Look at that. That's my all-time PR. That is by far the strongest one-arm hold I have ever done in my entire life. And all I've been doing is one-arm pulls with perfect form on the red band, like just pulling the red band, not even pulling myself. That's my weak side there, and I was pretty close to being able to do it, but not quite the same. But anyways, as I was saying, for one-arm training, all I've really been doing is just pulling that red band down. And then I've also been doing those leg-assisted one-arm pulls. But the main thing I'm working on is just really making sure that dominant scapula, see there, is engaged before I start the movement. And I'm only using 3 fingers on that assisting arm for these one-arm pulls. Over time you try to go down in the number of fingers you have assisting you on that assisting hand, and that's a good way to keep track of your progress. But always make sure you start the movement with your scapula engaged as far as it will go. See there, and then get into the full movement. But felt really strong today. And, I was thankful for that. It's always nice to see progress. I switched things up a little bit on my handstand press as well. That's what you'll see here. I tried to kind of pull the knees straight up behind me to just really work on more control. And I like how it felt. I think I struggled a bit more on the way down. I think I should have tried to bend my knees all the way before I started bending my hips. But I'll remember that for next time, or at least try to. I think on this next one, let's see, I forget exactly what I did. Okay, I still attempted the press, but I lost it. And then I had to just jump up into the handstand, and then I think I tried to come down in a straddle planche. So this kind of doubled as my handstand press second attempt as well as the first attempt of the planche. But I was having fun, feeling strong, feeling healthy, and You know, it's not every day that you see a big boy like myself. I am nowhere near, by no means am I an Olympic athlete, and you know, I'm able to do this stuff, and so can you. And this stuff can be done, you know, at a much higher level than you see me doing in these videos. Yeah, even with the body fat percentage that you see me with, and probably even higher body fat percentage, you just have to take your time and really work on proper progressions, and taking things slow and not being in a rush, and you know, get your macros, and you know, there's a lot of other things I could name off, but you know, don't try to master a skill in one day. You know, just take things slow, chop them up into little pieces, and things will make sense to you over time. I think I broke the rules a little bit, and I hit 3 attempts of the human flag today. 2 here on this vertical bar, because I just really, on the second attempt, I was trying to squeeze the bar to prevent myself from rotating around. And that may have helped just a little bit, but my body still started to rotate around the bar. And so that's really kind of the, you know, the thorn in my side that is preventing me from progressing on this vertical grip human flag. So I had to go try some horizontal grip. I'm trying to figure out which bar I want to you know, to send it from. I really like those lower to the ground grips because you know, you don't have to jump up as hard to get into the position. But that does add a variable because I'm used to jumping up so hard. It's going to take a little practice to get into that, but look at that. Quite a bit of oblique strength there and shoulder strength. I haven't extended like that from the horizontal grip in a long time. My shoulder felt okay on these, but I think what really bothers my shoulder on this variation of the human flag is when I jump up too high. It kind of like, it's hard to explain, but it you know, it kind of takes my shoulders out of the proper position. So while I'm upside down, I have to try to get my scapulas back where they need to be and make sure that my neck is stuck out. And yeah, so long story short, I need to just try not to jump up too far when I try those horizontal grips. So I was trying some slow muscle up there, and as I pointed out, my left elbow really did not like that. So you know, that's where I realized to listen to my body. So I went to the next skill. So here we're going to try some front lever. Look at that, pulling up into a full. Can't hold it though, but still. Then we go to a straddle. I can hold a straddle for just a sec. And let's see, I think I tried, I just went straight into the advanced tucked, and then I slowly started to pull it back into just a regular tucked. But you know, that's where I'll call it. I'll go to the next clip of the front lever, and on this one I think I start out trying the half lay. Sipping on some BCAAs. So I start out with a half lay. You can see there I can't quite hold it too good, so I start pulling it in, start shortening the lever, and you'll see how my form gets better, you know, with the shoulders and stuff. I'm able to hold the tucked for quite a while, but I was really feeling that, as you can see there. Every time you see me show my hands like that, that means that I've put chalk on my hands, and you know, I'm serious about what I'm doing. Anytime I get chalk out, I mean business. So here we're getting a back lever attempt in. This is a full back lever. I couldn't quite stop today. I'm not sure, you know, what was up with that, but you know, so I rode it all the way down, and then I decided on this second attempt I was going to do a straddle, which is just a bit easier than full. And I think that was a good call because I was able to stop the movement on the descent and really hold it, for just a bit of time under tension. You see they're stopping the movement for a second or two, and I probably could have held it longer, but not trying to burn out today. Today's just about practicing. Today's not about, breaking down muscle fibers. Here we're going to do what I really wish I had done was bring out the Bosu. But the Bosu's in the house today, and I feel like if I had brought the Bosu out, you might have saw a few handstand push-ups on the Bosu. But when I tried to kick up on the flat ground today, I struggled to catch the initiation of the handstand, and so they more so just turned into freestanding handstand attempts instead of handstand push-up attempts. I think that one was a lot better than the previous clip, but you can't win them all, so you just got to take what you're given sometimes and just keep on going. So I might be getting into a little bit of freestyle here. This is a Korean transition. Into a little bit of a dynamic muscle up, a little bit of chicken winging. I tried to spin. Oh, I did. Okay, I did do the full spin over to the forearms, not to the hands, but still, I don't think I could get to the hands today, and I'm not sure what the dealio, so to say, was with that. But like I just said, can't always win them all. Just got to take what you're given sometimes, and then come back later and try it again. With a fresh body and with a fresh mind. But there's a little bit of a dynamic muscle up. And see, I tried to spin over to the hands. Couldn't quite get it. I'll probably try it a few more times before I take my own advice and decide to quit for the day. Let's see, what am I doing? So a big pull over. Tried to spin over, and what really bothered me there, and it might have been a contributing factor to why I couldn't get the 360 spin over to the hands, was that I really felt that in my elbow, like I was talking about with that slow muscle up. I feel like that 360 spin over to the hands really puts quite a bit of pressure on your elbow, very similar to a slow muscle up. I think so. Here I had decided to stop trying the 360 spin over to the hands, and what I'm trying now is something I've always struggled with, and it's shooting my feet through the bar. It's kind of like you're doing a fast skin the cat, and that is the prerequisite for something called the shrimp flip, which is probably not something that's so easy for a guy my size to be able to do. But we don't follow the rules here. We try to achieve things despite our size and just have fun. But you got to be careful about doing stuff like that. Always take the proper precautions, and as I always say, go slow and don't try to unlock things in one day, because you can mess up and injure yourself. If I were to fall on the back of my neck, especially on that concrete, I could potentially break my neck and be paralyzed, and we don't want to do that. So I always try, when I do stuff like that, to be over top of the dirt, where there's some give to the ground if I were to fall. And I always try to avoid doing things where I feel like I'm going to fall. But anyways, I cannot do backflips, but
I'll stop there for today.
Yeah, I think I was saying something.
Just a little bit of progress.
I think I was saying something along the lines of, knowing when to call it quits, and take a little bit of progress as a gift, and you can try again next time. But anyways, I don't ever want to do something where I feel like I'm going to fall, But I always try to take every precaution I can, because things don't always happen the way that we think they're going to happen, and accidents happen. So I always try to be over top of that dirt anytime I'm doing something where I feel like I could fall off the bar. But I did feel like I made a bit of progress on that shrimp flip today. I was able to get my feet through the hole pretty consistently. It's a bit of flex cam. I think I was able to get my feet through the bar pretty consistently, and that's something you're definitely going to have to be able to do before you can use the momentum to sort of do a modified backflip off the bar. But let's just take a little bit of practice at a time, or a little bit of progress at a time. Just keep practicing and just have fun and be healthy. And that's what it's all about. But I think we're coming to the end of the workout for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Hopefully you learned something. I know I learned something from watching myself and from doing the workout. And yeah. But if you have any questions or comments, please leave those below, and I'll try to help you the best I can. Like I was saying, don't be in a hurry. Take things slow. Try to unlock stuff in one day. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.